1.
Keeping it solid.
1, 2.
Keeping it solid.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Keeping it solid.
Streetside production, keep it solid like concrete. We not the average kids roaming in your streets. Equipped with the knowledge of camera and dope beats. We got them close-ups and far shots like Kobe. We also stay fresh just like the magazine. And when it come to an interview, we on the scene. We just some normal kids about to commence. Streetside Productions, man, you know what it is. You already know.
My name is Quinn Tran, I'm from Keeping It Solid.
My name is Gerardo, I'm also from Keeping It Solid.
And we here in the Does, one of our favorite sandwich spot, Bailey. And we about to grab some lunch real quick.
But before we do that, we're gonna keep pushing to the next subject.
The next topic is something we can all relate to at some point in our life and affect us all.
The topic is racial identity and what it means to people. Race is always an issue, but it's not always talked about honestly.
That's why here on Keeping It Solid, we get open up voice to say what's on their mind.
Oh yeah, so you finna go get something to eat, so sit back and enjoy the show.
Peppered into the crowd. Everybody's welcome. Trying to find a Mexican. Very hard to find a Mexican. Buenos dias. I know you're out there. Buenos dias. Okay? That's Spanish, Little John. Okay?
My racial identity is Mexican.
My racial identity is black and white.
I consider my racial identity to be Chinese, Vietnamese, American.
My racial identity is white, but I actually am half Mexican, even though you would never know looking at me.
I consider myself African American. I don't like the term black for me because it makes me feel like ghetto.
Normally these days we call ourselves African Americans or black, but there's Indian, there's African, and there is European.
Most people commonly assume that I'm an immigrant or that I work in the field, or my parents worked in the fields, or that my parents don't have jobs, or that I stand in the corner and sell cherries.
You know, we are said to be rude, disrespectful, thieves.
Since I'm half Arab, they'll probably call me a terrorist or something.
People, when they automatically hear that I'm Asian, they assume that I'm smart. They assume that I get 4.0s and like that I don't go out much.
You see like how society makes Asian folks the model minority, and then they tell all the other people of color, Latinos and blacks, well, hey, you know, if Asian people can do it, why can't you? But I know hella Asian, some Asian folks, some of my Asian peeps who aren't doing that well. You know, what about what about them?
White person, they might say, oh, he's just gonna do violent things, that's all he's gonna do his whole life. But then if it's somebody that's raised and where you from, they'd be like, oh, well, I think you should be doing better than what everybody else is doing.
If they're talking about black race, maybe they think that I don't do shit and that I'm just another ignorant person, which I'm not. And when they're thinking about the white race, they probably think that, oh, he's a ghetto white, or he's not living up to the full potential white, because I've been told that, oh, if you're white, act white, be white. But I'd rather act what I was raised to act.
Some people think there's a stereotype that says black people are dropouts from high school and they have nothing to do with their life. And so there's that expectation. They're expecting you to do that. But once you prove them wrong, you know, their expectations change. So they're expecting you to fail.
It's easy to lump all white people together and say they're all racist, they've all been oppressive over the years, but clearly we're not. Clearly we're all not like that, because otherwise we wouldn't be living in this society that is currently changing, and there are individuals, and me too, that are trying to change things.
As you know, African Americans traditionally have a very difficult time in business in the US of A. And I'm in business for myself. I'm an architect and an artist. And so I need to occasionally get money from the banks when I have a down period, when I don't have any jobs. It's very difficult to get loans and to get money and get people to assist.
I have always identified with Mexican culture because that's what I grew up with, even though I am viewed as completely American or white. So for me, I've always undergone this like clash between two worlds, look different, but actually associate with a different group of people. But ever since I moved to the US, I obviously dressed like an American, talk like an American, listen to American music. But ultimately, like when I go down to Mexico, I actually feel more Mexican.
Yeah. But as a child, I've noticed that all my other cousins, they maybe call me white, like white boy, and all these racial slurs that sometimes it get to my head. And it's cool when it comes from family, but when I hear it from other people that I barely even know to call me something out of my name, like it heats me up and makes me want to do things, but I had to control myself.
I am of the privileged class, right? I'm a white middle-class girl that, you know, whether I ask for it or not, or whether I take advantage of it or not, and whether I'm blind to it sometimes or not, it's ever present. So I feel like, if anything, my life has been made very easy for all of the stupid choices I've made.
The most thing I'm proud of about my racial identity is that I'm mixed and I'm not just one culture, and that I can explore a lot of things, such in my black community and my white community.
I get to incorporate all the customs into my life and pass it down to future generations when I have kids. I will make them be proud to say that they have Chinese customs as well as American customs.
What I'm most proud of, as I said, have been studying classical civilizations, particularly African classical civilizations, and where I have come from, and to now know that all civilizations have come from Africa, and most of the art, most of the engineering, most of the science, most of the medicine, literature, and all of that has originated in Africa. And so when I look at that, and I look at the monuments that are still there, no one knew how they were built, no one knows how old they are. They were built by Africans. And so I look at that, that is my real heritage.
There's a lot that makes me proud about my race, but most importantly is the fact that I get to grow up and just be something better in the future, and be one of the people to change that, the way people, black and African Americans are looked at.
Ancient, giving, long-lasting.
Proud, critical, and unique.
Entitled, privileged,
strong, powerful, and loyal.
Entitled, privileged.
Strong, open-minded, grateful.
Something
and
energetic, fun, and crazy.
Intentionally blind.
Determination, diligence, and freedom.
Alright, y'all, we're back.
Now that you've seen this segment, we hope y'all watching at home think about what was said.
And when you ask yourself these questions, be honest and remember just to keep it solid. I hope y'all enjoyed the show as much as my partner enjoying this sandwich. I wish we got more time to talk to y'all, but we ain't got that much time, so right now we about to be out. So, deuces.